Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe. It's Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we're going to do this week your week ahead reading. We're looking at the 8th through to the 14th of June 2020. For your reading, guys, the cards that we are using are the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Those cards will be looking at your general situation for the week. We're looking at the Light Seers Tarot for your career, and the Tarot Grand Lux for Love by Chira Marchetti. For spiritual advice, we're using my Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. Really love this deck. Okay, sit back, guys, and enjoy. Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. So we're looking at the 8th through to the 14th of June 2020, and for your general reading for the week, we use the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. For your career, we look at the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and for your love reading, we look at the Tarot Grand Lux. Okay, guys, let's get started on the reading. Right, Capricorn, we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at what the cards are saying to you. So we've got this card first, general. So the Lovers could be a choice, but also the Lovers can mean an attraction as well between two people. It can often mean balance on all levels as well. Let's have a look at the Lovers. Okay, this is so weird because I was thinking about that combination earlier, funnily enough. This was like a few hours earlier because I was thinking about somebody that I fell out with about, I don't know, it must have been about, I don't know, about a couple, 3-4 weeks, no, about 5 weeks ago actually. And I was just thinking about this combination and how it played out when I did my own personal reading, and how that energy played out the next week, coming in with this. So often when you get the Lovers in the Tower it can show a breakup of a relationship. Usually it's a close one. So the message is something about a breakup of a relationship here. Let's have a look at the next one. 8 of Coins energy. It feels like you need to work towards something here with the 8 of Coins energy showing here. The 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is an interesting card. Partnership. But usually the 2 of Wands is a business partnership, or this is about launching or taking charge. I actually think you need to work towards taking charge again, because some of you guys, it may be, Capricorn, you've had this huge breakdown in a relationship here, and usually when you get the Lovers, this is somebody that you often trust, or somebody that you're really, really close to when you get the Lovers card. And then to have that Tower where you're just like there's a breakup, or like there's just a complete breakdown in that relationship, it can be quite traumatic. So I think the universe is saying it's important now to try and work towards following a new path as well with the 2 of Wands energy, to try and work towards taking charge. 2 of Wands is baby Aries, so it's all about taking charge and, you know, launching new enterprise and that type of thing. Let's have a look at this one. Page of Swords energy showing here, which is interesting because it's an interesting one. If you look at the Page of Swords here, he's got the sword directly towards that 2 of Wands, like he's trying to hurt this person showing here. So, and who knows, is the Page of Swords a part of the Lover? So is the Page of Swords sort of the Lover, whoever that is, the friend or the Lover? So is the Page of Swords the woman or the man here? Because I get the impression that somebody is trying to sabotage your your potential. I get the impression that if the universe is telling you that you're working towards taking charge, somebody might be trying to sabotage that, because it's almost like they're trying to put a sword into your back. So this reminds me kind of like of the backstabber type thing, because the sword is directly towards the back of this individual. So if you look at the 2 of Wands, for example, it's ruled by Aries. And Aries is all about leadership. And this is like baby Emperor style. This is like somebody who's setting off on a new enterprise. They're launching something new in their life. They're taking charge. They're taking their power back. They're making some new plans for the future, that type of thing. So I actually feel that Capricorn, this is probably you here. And the universe is saying that you're working towards launching a new beginning, taking charge of your life. But I get the impression whoever it is that you've broken down, the relationship is broken down with, I get the impression that this is the person who probably wants to sabotage. They could be trying to put stuff into, you know, trying to backstab you, that type of thing, so it stops you from progressing forward. So I just feel that you need to kind of focus on the path. You need to focus on moving forward, I would say, with this page with the Two of Wands energy. And even if you do have, and I think that looking at this card as well, this would remind me of somebody who was quite jealous and immature, because they show as a page. So whoever you've had the breakdown in the relationship with, Capricorn, they will do anything to stop you from moving forward, because you're trying to work towards developing this new path. But this person will put knives in your back so it stops you from moving forward. And I feel the universe is just saying that no matter what this person tries to do to stop you from moving forward, I think the advice is that you've just got to keep focusing on the path and focusing on this new path that you're actually entering onto. I don't think it's you with the problem, Capricorn. I think it's whoever it is that's stopping you from developing yourself. Let's have a look at career. So in terms of career, what have we got? Oh, please don't tell me I've put these the wrong way around. I'm always doing this. No, I haven't. Thank goodness. The Page of Coins in the reverse. So the Page of Coins in the reverse is a bit lazy. Page of Coins in the reverse is where we're not learning anything. We're not putting any effort into learning anything. We're not putting any effort into, you know, whether it's learning a practical skill or whether it's learning a fundamental truth about who we are with the Page of Coins in the reverse. This can be somebody who's very irresponsible with money and that type of thing with the Page of Coins in the reverse. This is somebody who wants to go from A through to Z without putting any real work into something. Let's have a look in the reverse. Oh, sorry, not in the reverse. Let's have a look at the next card. The Queen of Coins. That's you, isn't it? Capricorn is the Queen of Pentacles. I feel that in terms of work, with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, it feels like, because this is you in work. So this would be, for example, you're somebody who works within, you know, a reasonable position, I guess, with the Queen of Coins. This is you in a place where you're secure. So I'm seeing you being secure in work. But I feel with the Page of Coins in the reverse that there may be, I don't think that your security, if you do work, I don't think that your security is affected because you're in the upright there. So I feel that your security is okay. You're okay in your job, for example, Capricorn. But I feel with the Page of Coins in the reverse, it may be that, for example, in work, there may be a course that's delayed. Because the Page of Coins, Page of Swords especially, they're cards that would deal with courses, going on a course, learning something. So all of the pages are, but these ones expressly, especially when it comes to work. So I feel that with the Page of Coins being in the reverse, it may be that there's a course that's being delayed, or, you know, something that you were meant to be doing in work is now being put on the, you know, being put on the back burner. It's being delayed. It's not going to be going ahead, but your job is still secure here with the Queen of Coins energy showing here. Okay, or it's interesting because why would that make a difference? Even if there was a course that was being delayed, why would it make a difference to your job? It wouldn't make a difference to it, would it? So this is something else. This isn't about a course. It's not about learning, because it's kind of saying that you're still secure here. Page of Coins in the reverse. Page of Coins in the reverse. Let's have a look at this one here. The Six of Cups. For me, this is all about being friendly and comfortable and being close. Let's have a look at the Six of Cups and... but you've got the idea, you're returning to the past. Some of you guys are thinking to return to something that you've done before, though. You're thinking of returning to something you've done, because the Eight of Cups in the reverse I often read as somebody who's returning. You know, in the upright, you've walked away from something, but in the reverse, you're returning to it. So I get the impression some of you guys want to return to something else, something you've done in the past there. Let's have a look. Oh, the Queen of Cups in the reverse showing there. Queen of Cups in the reverse is somebody who is very deeply hurt. It's difficult to know whether I should be reading this as a person, another individual, or as a part of an extension of how you're feeling in the reading. But this isn't walking away from that Queen. This is kind of returning to this energy here. I think that this is a part of your energy. I mean, we've got two Queens in the reading, which often shows problems with colleagues, especially female colleagues. So it could be in the workplace for some of you Cappies. There is problems within the workplace with these two Queens. You are the Queen of Coins here, and there's a Queen of Cups in the reverse here. Now the Queen of Cups in the reverse can be very picky, and she can be very kind of demanding, and she can be a drama queen, and she's, you know, she gets really upset. She can be very bitchy as well. She can be emotionally very manipulative. She can be very unkind. She's just like an overly kind of dramatic type of an individual, and she gets consumed by her emotions. She's not particularly emotionally rational or intelligent, and she lets a lot of things get to her. And I think that it could be either because of a person like this, you guys are wanting to return to the past or return to something that you've done before where it might have been easier, or maybe this is how you're feeling here as the Queen of Cups in the reverse, especially that Page of Coins reverse. I'm going to clarify and ask what it means by that Page of Coins in the reverse, because it's like it's saying that something here, you still remain secure. I mean, it could be though that what we're looking at here is that this Page of Coins, if it was upright, it might be that this is something that you have to do. For example, this might be a part of your job, for example, something that you have to do, something that you have to, you know, for example, a course that you have to go on to make sure that you're all up to date in terms of, for example, you know, you go into a job. I used to work in offices, so you'd go into a job and they'd say, well, you have to do this course or that course to make sure that you've got a certificate or that you're up to date on your, you know, on your fire, you know, your how can I say, for example, doing a course on health and safety, you have to do a course on health and safety to make sure that you're all up to date on that, blah, blah, blah. So it just feels like there's something that you have to do in terms of learning, but it's not going to go ahead, I think, with the Page of Coins in the reverse here. But I think that your job is still secure, showing with that Queen of Coins energy showing there. Or this could be something that you've not done, because it feels like for some of you guys, it may be with the Page of Coins in the reverse, I don't know, it just makes me feel like there was something that you said that you'd done on your resume, but you hadn't really done it. So even though that, because the Page of Coins in the reverse can also mean somebody that doesn't have any knowledge at all of a particular area. So it might mean that there is also, it could be that maybe for some of you guys, it could be that there's an area in terms of your work that you have no kind of knowledge on with that Page of Coins in the reverse, but it doesn't seem to affect your position here. However, it may be that there is an individual here, a difficult individual, because you do have two queens, and two queens in a reading is enemy, right? So in the workplace, there's arguments, and there's you know, there's difficulties in relationships, especially between females. Okay, there's discontentment and disharmony with the two queens. So it could also be that there's a couple of things here. Maybe some of you guys, you're not up to date in some form of learning that Page of Coins reverse. Could also be that your qualification on something is not up to date with the Page of Coins in the reverse, but still you're still quite secure. But it might be that you've got some disharmony with another colleague here. This colleague, I think this is another colleague. I see some disharmony with another colleague, and it may be that some of you guys are actually really thinking about returning to something else that you've done, maybe something else that you've done in the past, or a place that you used to work in the past. You might be thinking, I would rather go back there than rather having to deal with this energy here. I'm going to try and clarify that Page of Coins. That's what I'm saying about the Page of Coins at the moment, but I'm going to see if there's anything else. Anything else you can tell us about what you mean by that Page of Pentacles in two cards, please? The Empress. So Empress is usually growth and expansion. The Nine of Wands energy, it's about the growth and the Nine of Wands energy. So security. That Page of Coins reverse is about growth, growing, and the Nine of Wands is about protection, protecting your boundaries, protecting your territory. So growth, expansion, and protecting your territory. So it just feels like it's more about kind of just the need to secure what you have at the moment. But it feels with the Page of Coins in the reverse, it's about not having the knowledge or not having the information or not being up to date on a qualification or something like that. That is going to ensure that your job is safe. But even though your job I see as being still safe here with the Queen of Coins energy, I do feel that you've got some disharmony going on with a colleague here that may actually make you want to resort to going back to something you've done in the past or a place that you've worked in the past. Finally, in terms of love, what have we got here, Capricorn? We've got the King of Swords. So that's a lover probably. That's the partner. That's the person. Could be air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What have we got with this King of Swords energy here? I've got a very strong bond with this individual showing up here for you guys. Strength card, or a very sexual, very strong bond. Lots of lust with this individual here. But I think it's becoming a bit of a burden, especially if there's anything sexual here with this individual. It might be becoming a little bit of a chore, actually. Or if there's a bond with this person, it's becoming a bit too burdensome. Maybe you spend too much time with this individual. Maybe you're feeling to yourself, this is a little bit too codependent or something like that with those cards. Let's have a look at the next one showing here. The Ace of Coins. So Ace of Coins is all about commitment as well. So Six of Swords energy. So wanting to depart or wanting to have some space, I think, because this is a departure card. And you've got an Ace of Coins, which in this instance, I don't always read the Ace of Coins as being the commitment card within the tarot and love, because to me this is building a commitment. But because I think that you know this person very well, and I think that it's either that there's very much a strong bond with an individual here sexually and in other ways, but it's becoming very burdensome, which then says to me that it looks like you're too close to somebody here. You're just far, far too close in a relationship with someone here. And it may be that either you or this individual is thinking about taking a bit of a break or taking a bit of leave away from this commitment. So just having a bit of space from the commitment showing here. Okay, so let's quickly do this reading again before we finish, and let's have a quick look one more time, and then we'll do the spiritual card. So for Capricorn 8th to the 14th of June 2020, I'm seeing a breakup of a relationship here that you've been through with the Lovers and the Tower. Can be a love partner, can be a friend, but I feel that the universe is saying that you need to carry on focusing. You need to really focus on working towards the Two of Wands, taking charge of your life. You need to work towards developing a new path with the Two of Wands. Now, whoever you broke up with probably wants to stab you in the back a bit. They probably want to hurt you. They probably want to sabotage you and stop you from moving forward, because I think it's that page in the background that's doing that. All right, this person is also probably spying on what you've been doing from a distance as well, because the Two of Wands is from the safe place and the Page of Swords is the spy. So this person could be spying on you, Page of Swords, from a distance. So if we interconnect the cards again and we say there's been a breakup here, the universe wants you to carry on working on a new direction with the Two of Wands. You have the backstabber, though, that wants to sabotage you. But at the same time, this backstabber is spying on you, Page of Swords, from the safe place, wherever they are. They're spying on you. They're looking at what you're working on. They could be looking on you online, that type of thing, okay? But whatever it is that they're doing, trying to sabotage you or stop you from your path, I think that you need to just carry on focusing on the direction that you want to take right now, because obviously somebody, I think, is probably still hung upon you and doesn't really want to move on or cannot move on from you. In terms of work, there's a qualification or you don't have enough experience in an area, okay? And it feels like it's about some form of growth here. And also the Nine of Wands is very close to that Empress. So it's almost like it's saying that you don't have much experience in terms of taking on a new role as well. All right, showing here, because the Empress is all about growth and expansion. So you can get that card show up in a work reading when somebody's actually getting, for example, a promotion would be the Empress. And the Nine of Wands guy is very close to the Empress. So you're very close to a promotion, but it may be that this is about you not having enough experience to move on to the next stage of the career. But you do remain secure in what you have. So it feels like it's saying that you don't have enough experience to move on to the next stage of a job, promotion, whatever it is. However, you are still secure in what you do at the moment. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn. And it could be to move to a really high level, because you show as being a Queen of Coins in a job, which shows you it being at a reasonable level. I feel that it's either going to be that some of you guys are so upset about this with the Queen of Cups energy in the reverse. You're really, really upset that you'll think about returning Eight of Cups to something else, a place that you worked at in the past, because you're really annoyed by that. But you shouldn't be, because all you simply need to do is work towards getting whatever the qualification or the experience is to a certain extent, so you can move to the next level. If this isn't you, then I think that in spite of all of this, it's also saying that you may have some disharmony with another individual in that day, 8th to the 14th. And some of you guys will think about returning to something you've done before, because there's some disharmony with an individual. But it's completely up to you what you do. There are many people that seek to serve disharmony within workplaces, and the best thing that you can do is focus on kind of your path, growth, movement and progress. And finally, in terms of love, I'm seeing a very strong attachment between you and another individual here, Capricorn. Could be sexual as well. And I'm seeing it becoming a little bit burdensome, a little bit too close, a little bit too heavy with this Ten of Wands energy. And it may be that for this week, some of you guys, it's either you or the individual will be focusing. It may be the individual, because the Six of Swords is the same sign as the King of Swords. So it may be this person here is thinking about just kind of having a bit of space in this commitment here. So they may be thinking about kind of focusing on getting a bit of space in the relationship. Also, there could be something about, especially if you live with this person and it's getting a little bit too close, a little bit too claustrophobic, which those cards make me feel very claustrophobic. One of you may focus on moving to a new home, because the Ace of Coins could be the home and the Six of Swords is moving, and it is moving towards the Ace of Coins. So one of you may be also focusing on moving to a new home, not because you necessarily want out of the relationship, but because you just need a little bit of space. All right, so the spiritual advice, let's have a look. This card is Listen. That came up for you, and let's have a look. It says, are you talking more than you're listening? Do you finish people's sentences for them? Shh. True connection is about how we make people feel and whether or not we're being open and present. Life is communicating with you, dear one. An important message is trying to get through. Let go of your fear of not being heard. You'll get your chance. For now, just listen. All right, that's your reading, guys. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like your own private reading, just click on the link in the comments section or the end screen. And that's it. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.